All right, Ian, we got voice messages you can listen to. No, you can't listen to them. You listen to them now. You can send them at anchor.fm/the See You Podcast. And you could tell us we're cool if you want, or you can hate on us. Try to do better with the trolling attempts, though. Maybe.
Hey, Pat and Ian. This is David calling from the San Gabriel Valley. And this question is for both of y'all. Is there any chance in the future that a country cut will ever come out of any of the punk videos that you've both been in? And if so, what would be the Jared Leto Joker Jesus moment of that cut?
Country cut.
The Jared Leto Joker Jesus version of that? Not sure what he's trying to get at. We've done about 5 videos together. Stadium events, anticipation, the 5th anniversary one, Stadium events. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Couple others. The most fun we had was anticipation, I think, because of we just riffed on the game.
Yeah, that was the most fun.
It was almost like a let's play.
I was going to say that one, I don't think there's really, I mean, you would know, but I don't think there's any videos we've done where there's been like whole scenes that you just got rid of. But there's probably stuff that you left on the cutting room floor for the anticipation video. Oh, yeah, there's lots of stuff of us riffing on. I trimmed down the best stuff. Then, of course, Ian gets in the epic fight with Donkey Kong, which we love. Ian loved filming that. Yeah, loved it. Loved it.
Oh, he also was in the original NWC one, where I threw him against the wall a couple times.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry if I roughed you up, Ian.
That's fine.
Method acting. It's got to be believable.
Yeah, it's all good.
But you did great. Oh, of course, the Caltron 6-in-1. That was too long. There's the thing about my writing. I've gotten more economical my writing going forward. I realized not to let things play out as long. And with my editing. So if I went back, these videos would be shorter. If I went back, I'd actually cut for pacing, like second here, there, 2 seconds. I actually would cut these down if I went back. They wouldn't be longer. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So some of them are too long. Looking back, I can't rewatch them. Except for track and field is probably my crowning achievement. Is the track and field video. I still think it's my best video, just because of Frank and my stupid fucking outfit. And Ian, thanks Ian for help filming that.
That was fun. That one was.
That actually was fun.
That one was all right.
That was because I was suffering and dehydrated. My girlfriend, at the time, I come back in this fucking silver 80 shoot, and I'm like,
I remember. Oh god,
heat stroked. And I'm like, oh hey honey. She's looking at me like I'm dating this fucking asshole, basically.
What did I do?
So instead of spending a Sunday morning with a beautiful woman, I'm like outside 90-degree heat in a fucking sweatsuit. What's the next one here? Oh, Justin. Remember Justin who ran for mayor of Austin?
I do.
We have an update on him. Justin Macaluso was running for mayor. He left a nice little message for us. I checked on Ballotpedia, excellent website, and he didn't get in last place, Justin.
That's good.
He didn't get in last place, but he got 0.1% of the votes.
Oh.
At 207 votes total. So good for you. There was about 12 people that ran for mayor, all nonpartisan, which is interesting. I don't know if that's a thing in Austin or there's no denomination for anyone. Maybe that's not a thing for mayor there. But there was 2 people. Ron Nierenberg beat Greg Brockhouse for the title there of mayor. All right, next one here.
Hey, Pat and Ian. This is Joe from Connecticut. And I was wondering, what games do you like to play with your pets? We recently just got a puppy, and she loves to watch me play Animal Crossing. Thanks. Been watching the podcast for a while, and you're doing a great job. Right. Keep it up.
What does Spike like to watch you play, Ian?
Everything. If I'm when I pick up a video game controller, that's Spike's cue to make sure he's right here on my lap. Loves to get in the way. I don't think
he just knows. He's like, I
don't think he prefers anything more so than other games. But yes, he does like to be on. He loves to sit on our laps when we're playing games. He definitely pays attention.
I don't remember my cats of yesteryear ever caring about me playing a video game. I don't remember Cuddles ever doing anything. Fajita blue screen my PC in the late 90s a couple times. He would just flop down on the keyboard. Back when you hit more like 4 keys, which was fucking fuck up Windows 95, at the time, or 98. It's like, thanks, Fajita. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Hey, Ian and Pat. This is Jason from Texas. Big fan of your show. Just wanted to ask you both if you actually, I'm sure you've been in the past, but since you live in San Diego, what do you miss about going to Comic-Con? I haven't been in years, but I know a lot of people in the past, before COVID, were complaining that Hollywood hijacked Comic-Con supposedly. But what do you miss about going to conventions in general, but especially Comic-Con, which was actually a lot of fun to do back in the day. So just wanted to ask. Thanks for the show, guys. Keep it up.
Thanks, Jason. Yeah, I miss seeing some of the stuff. I miss looking at the comics. I miss looking at some of the cosplayers. Sometimes you bump into a celebrity. It could be fun. Like Frank historically almost knocked over Scott Green one time. He ran into Quentin Tarantino looking for comics one time. He ran into Rosario Dawson.
Who's Scott Green? Seth Green?
Seth Green, not Scott Green. I'm sorry, Seth Green. He literally ran into Seth Green, almost knocked him over.
No, I remember you telling me. I was trying to remember.
And Rosario Dawson was on the floor at a table hanging out. This is like, I guess, 10, 11 years ago before she was like a superstar. And like, I never saw this stuff before. But anyway, so that's, yeah, once you got to the early 2010s, yes, it became a lot more radicalized with Hollywood taking over chunks of it by the late 2000s, early 2010s. But no, I just miss walking around. I miss looking at the weird stuff. Maybe it's good to have the year off from it. Maybe it was good to have that year in between.
Well, it's going to be 2 years now. Well, they're doing the one in November.
Do November, 3 days. That'll be big-ish. I'm going.
It's a weird fucking time to do it.
Why? People still go.
Black Friday weekend? Just very strange.
Black Friday doesn't count anymore.
Very strange.
Buy stuff online.
I love Comic-Con. I know over the years it's become kind of hip to not like Comic-Con, like you said, because Hollywood, it's been bought out and ruined by Hollywood. Fuck it. I have fun like every year I go. I always have a good time. And it's not even so much about the convention itself. It's that Comic-Con always brings people into town that I want to see. There's always friends that are in town that I want to see. It's the one time a year that I actually, hang out and do anything in the gas lamp. It's just a really good time. I like the feel. I like walking around. I've even curbed like my buying a ton, but I still just like walking around the convention.
Last time I think I spent $20 the whole time. I don't buy anything.
Yeah, the first couple times I went to Comic-Con, like over a decade ago, I was spending hundreds, and now it's like I think I spent maybe $60.
I'll look for a few trade paperbacks, half price. That's what I buy. I don't buy toys anymore.
But I love it. And Vonnie's always looking. Vonnie always makes sure that she's got her list with her of stuff to look for.
Sure.
And she actually does hunt comics. So it's fun to like go there with someone who's actually into comics and go through the stacks and be part of the hunt.
I used to help Frank go through. Let's see. Next.
Hey, Pat and Ian. This is CU Podcast Memes from Los Angeles, California.
Oh.
I was calling to ask, how do you feel about people saying NES and SNES? I think they're okay. I don't like it, but particularly what bothers me is younger people always say Super Mario Bros. They never say brothers. That really bothers me. Saying bros once in a while is fine, but how do you feel about canonical pronunciation of Super Mario Bros. For younger gamers?
Well, it's ignorance about what these terms actually are, and I had to look this up because I always mixed up an acronym versus an initialism. SNES and NES are initialisms, like FBI. You say the letters out loud, and this is canonical with Nintendo. Nintendo never said SNES or NES. They say NES, and it's actually Super NES, technically. Nintendo never actually said SNES. It's always Super NES. That's technically what it is. An acronym is like NASA, where you don't pronounce National Aviation and Science Agency. Is that, I get that right? You just say NASA, like you kind of make it a word. That's an acronym. Brothers, BROS, period, is an abbreviation, children. You don't say bros. It is a divide between younger and old people I've seen. They say like Smash Bros instead of Smash Brothers. I do see that. Maybe it's easier to say that. You don't want to pronounce the brothers. I'm getting into my editing grammar mode, but yes, you don't say SNES and NES. It is a divide as well, I think, with people. So.
Made me realize that I don't follow like any of those rules all the way through. It's NES and Super NES or SNES. I kind of think of it. I do say Super NES, I think, more than anything. But Super Mario Brothers, I say, but I do call Smash Brothers Smash Bros.
Really?
Yeah.
You go Smash Bros. Because it's just easier. You don't say an extra syllable Smash Bros.
Yeah, I think
it's like one word.
Honestly, I think it like you said, it's just
lazy.
one syllable, but I think it is. I think it's laziness from constantly calling the other store having to deal with Smash Bros. It's just Smash Bros.
Or you just said you have Smash. They'll be like,
Smash. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, I'd probably say Smash more than Smash Bros. But I don't think I've ever called it. I'm trying to think of if I've ever called it Smash Brothers, and I don't think I have.
Super. No one says Super Smash Bros. No one says the actual full name.
No.
By the way, that's going to be the last thing I reviewed for the certain N64 guidebook. Super Smash Brothers. Super Smash.
Hey guys, Mike from Michigan
Mike.
here. I am completely and 100% obsessed with the PlayStation 1.
Whoa.
What are your guys' favorite PlayStation 1 games, if any? And are there any really rare ones that you would absolutely kill to have? Thanks. Be safe and have a great one.
Thanks, Mike. I'm not a PS1 person. Historically, I have a bunch of games on the rotisserie over there. So I'm not really the guy to ask. Ian's the guy to ask on that one.
Yeah, so a lot of games. I love the PlayStation 1. Parasite Eve, Saga Frontier, Legend of Mana. Those are 3 of my favorite RPGs. They're all on that system. I also really like Trap Gunner, which I think I've even talked about a little bit on this show before. Can't Stop Mr. Domino.
Just dropping all the prices up. Whenever you mention a PS1 game, look it up. It's like $100.
Incredible Crisis. I enjoyed. And I love the Bust a Groove series.
Oh, yes.
No, the dancing one, not the bubble popping, not Bust a Move.
Did I play Bust a Groove ever? Bust a Groove. What does that look like?
Love those games.
What type of game is that?
Rhythm game.
So it's on a pad?
No.
Hybrid music fighting game.
But I enjoyed
I don't think I ever played this before.
Ridge Racer Type 4. Probably my favorite racing game. Period.
I'm sure he has that, probably. Does he have that one? I wonder. He says he was trying to collect all of them? I don't know. All right, next.
Hey, Ian, Pat. This is James from the middle of England.
Hey.
About 5 minutes from Sherwood Forest.
Oh.
I think when I was about 9 years old-ish, we were playing through Mario Brothers 3 for the first time. I figured out that if you blew the second warp whistle in the warp zone, it would take you straight to World 8. At the time, no guides, no magazines, no YouTube, nothing to tell me that that was a good thing. I thought I was a gaming genius. I thought I'd figured out something that no one else could have possibly figured out.
No one.
Never had that feeling again, unfortunately.
Oh.
So my question is for both of you. Have you ever had any experiences like that, past or present, if you avoid guides and help on the internet, where you thought you must be a gaming genius?
Were you a gaming genius, Ian?
Never. I don't think I've ever been a gaming genius.
Finding a hidden cache of weapons in Wolfenstein.
But I did think my parents were gaming geniuses. My parents found the first warp zone in Mario without, magazines or guides or anything.
They
like
just ran on the top and
they're like, let's see if we can do it. And sure enough, you could. And I remember that clearly because that's when I think I realized that I loved video games. I was like, there's secret shit in here?
Yeah, you can't. The original Super Mario Brothers had so much that wasn't done before that. People, not that they sleep on it, but don't tell me that game isn't a genius game. It's not as good as. Shut the hell up.
It's as good as whatever you're gonna say.
Yes. Shut up.
Shut up.
Because you can't fucking ride in a dinosaur doesn't mean it's a worse game. Okay. I'm skipping that one. This one. Here we go.
Hey, Pat and Ian. This is Abram from Louisiana. I was just wondering why you guys have never mentioned Fightcade, or more specifically Fightcade 2. It's a great platform, and just wondering why we never hear anything about it from you guys.
Because I don't know what it is. I had to look it up. I had no idea what this is.
I do actually have a rough idea of what this is.
Software client used to enable network multiplayer play of various arcade and home console systems via emulation. Oh, so it's an emulation network solution.
Yes, and I think it works with MAME. I think.
Oh, nice.
Uses networking middleware from GGPO, so it has rollback netcode. What I've seen it big for is people will do like bottom tier fighting game tournaments. Like they'll take all the crap that was shoveled out in like the
Time
90s.
Killers tournament.
God, Lincoln and I have played so much Time Killers.
I love Time Killers, but it's a horrible game.
It is a horrible game. I've played so much of it though that I have contemplated getting the PCB. I've played so much Time Killers.
Seriously?
Yes. That's my only experience with Fightcade, and it seems like fun. It's just not something I've ever gotten into. But when they do those tournaments with all of like the bullshit fighters, that's really appealing.
Is this what they use? You think on like when they do like those Capcom like beat 'em up compilations for multiplayer? They use something like this. You think in order to make the multiplayer work?
I don't know.
Potentially. I don't know. That's interesting. Next up.
Hi, this is a question for Ian. why do you no longer go by the gaming gadfly moniker? And is that a reference to Socrates? Thank you.
No, it was never meant to be like something I went as. I wanted it in like one episode of the video game years, and they ran with it. It was just a reference to Mo Rocca, who I always found very humorous on clip shows.
He did. That's when I love the 80s and 70s.
Yeah, he did all the 70s, 80s, 90s ones, and the subtitle under him was Media Gadfly. Because there was like nothing he really did at the time. He was just like on these shows.
He was on the Daily Show.
Yeah, he did all sorts of things. And at the time that we did video game years, I wasn't doing the podcast. I had been in a couple episodes, so I just was like, I thought of something stupid to put underneath.
You want to be old? This coming January will be the 10th anniversary of the video game years.
Wow.
77 episode coming out. So we filmed that stuff 10 years ago. Those first episodes or two. Holy shit. Nice.
Hey, Pat and Ann. This is Jackson from the podcast of Two Consoles Too Late. I recently did a fundraiser on my Facebook wearing, I would say, like nerdy t-shirts, and I did it to raise money for the Starlight Foundation.
Oh, nice.
I was able to reach my goal of $100 in about a week. I know you guys do fundraisers, but what are some of your favorite charities? And Ian, how is that cup and char pepperoni? Thanks, guys. Love the show.
Pepperoni's great. Thank you.
Well, obviously, we've worked, we've done 3 or 4 charities over the years. Obviously, we always do one for a local Radies Children's Hospital. I love AmeriCares. They do a lot of good work. We've raised money for them before. At least we did one marathon for them because of the disasters. I think it was all the, I forget why we did it, but we did that one year. I also done AmeriCares on my own.
A Children's Miracle Network.
Yeah, it's Radies, but yeah. Children's Miracle Network. And they did, we've done that. World Wildlife Fund. It's another one. Obviously, helping to save all the critters out there. They do. They're essential. We never raised money directly for the San Diego Zoo. Now I feel like I should, since I haven't done that before. I almost feel like I should for their whole, network and all the good work they do.
Yeah, actually, I would love to do that at some point.
God, I want to be rich just so I can give them money.
Bonnie and I talk about that every time we go. If we were rich, so much money would just be thrown at the zoo.
I don't need to put my name on the placard. I want this is the marsupial section that Pat donated. I want a whole section of critters. That's what I want. I can just go there and relax. Hey, eat up. It's on Pat's dime. Marsupials. They have a lot of marsupials.
Hey, Pat and Ian. This is Andrew from Maryland. My daughter is turning 3 in a few months, and I'm trying to get her interested in playing video games, not just watching. I wanted her to try playing NES games with an authentic NES-style controller on a modern TV. What way do you recommend? I've got a Switch, but the Pro controller is too big for her hands. The NES Classic would be great, but it's way too expensive now, and I don't have one. And naturally, I'll be referencing a certain handy guidebook when selecting the game, of course. Thanks, guys.
I'll get shit for saying this from people.
Don't you dare say Tom Sawyer.
No.
Okay.
No, he's talking about, he wants to know how he would do it. Not a game suggestion. I'll get shit from people who take this stuff far more seriously than I do, and I don't love a lot of Hyperkin products, but the Retron HD is $40, $30 probably if you find it on sale. Hooks up via HDMI, uses the original Nintendo controllers.
And carts, yeah.
And carts. I've sold a ton of them. Don't have a lot of issues with them.
Okay.
People have issues.
Those don't give you shit for saying that, I don't think.
A lot of people. There's a lot of people out there that don't like Hyperkin, and I don't like a lot of their stuff. But if you go product by product, they have made some good things. And I think if it's really just kind of a trip down memory lane, you don't want to invest a lot in this, you just want to play some old games for a while, a $40 Retron HD is a good choice.
I'll do a couple more here.
Ian, maze, ladders, swamp men, and chibi cat people. It's a Game Boy game. Those are the things that I remember from it. All right. I want to know what that Game Boy game is. I played it when I was a kid. Can't not remember what it was called. You play a little cat person.
Cat trap.
It's
cat
put
trap.
ladders around or climb up ladders.
It's cat
you
trap.
dodge like bricks and swamp men.
I don't recall the swamp man, but I'm pretty sure that's a cat trap.
So it seems like there's a Married with Children reference now for every week. So there's an episode where Al can't remember a song. He can't remember a song he listened to when he was like in his high school years. It was him, and he's running around the whole episode trying to find out what the name of it was. He goes into the record store, and
they're there. Yeah, it is Swamp Man. I always thought they looked more like mummies.
The game's called Catch Up. So he goes into the record store, and there's this genius guy behind the counter where someone's going like, "Ba-ba, ba, ba," and he's like, "I know the song," right? And he gets all these songs. And then Al actually knows the whole lyric. He goes, "Go with him," and of course it's the one song the guy has no idea. He's like, "I don't know what that song is next," and Al walks away unhappy. But Ian is now the Swami of Game Boy games. He can answer you. He can tell you what's going on with that.
It's one of my only talents. Cat Trap. It looks
Come
like
on, you just crocheted a little tea set or whatever.
I did. It looks like it was called Pitman in Japan.
Only talents. Come on, you're decent on the mic. No?
1 2 1 2.
Hey guys, it's Ian from Texas.
Oh,
Love your show.
Wow.
My question for both of you, based on something Ian mentioned once about a customer saying they were a collectionist.
Yeah.
I straight up died laughing when I heard that and wondered if you'd heard or read any other hilarious terms from people like that. Thanks.
Any other terms besides collectionist?
Off the top of my head, no, but I mean, collectionist was a good one. But
I mean, it's a combination of two words to make up a word that doesnn't exist.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you do better than that?
No, I think that's like cream of the crop.
And to this day,
we got the best right out of the way.
I don't know at the time if he actually thought that was a word or he just mixed up two words in his head. That customer.
He was a very serious young man. I'm a collectionist. Okay.
You don't think he was screwing with you, making that word up?
No. He was absolutely not screwing around with me.
A collectionist. Is that in Merriam-Webster or Oxford? Collectionist. There's La Collectionist, luxury villas, rentals, and chalets. So collectionist is a term in Urban Dictionary. That's not a real dictionary, but it is a term in Urban Dictionary. Somewhat. Oh, this is added because of us.
I was going to say
August 20, 2019. We're an Urban Dictionary basically because of the Tales from the Game Store. It's August 20, 2019. That was right after we went to Long Island. Someone who collects items or antiques based on their hobby. Example: video games, coins, vintage items, toys, etc. Another term for what is commonly known as collector. Do you have Super Nintendos? I want to acquire one because I am a collectionist. Yeah. Wow. Thanks so much. Sweet Chi One for adding us into Urban Dictionary. I never knew that was there. All right, I'm gonna thumbs that up there. So thanks so much for this for that. That was entertaining, everyone.